Guys. Um, so coming to you with another video. Um, and I am just gonna share with you. So last night I had another dream, but I woke up and I wasn't for sure exactly what it meant, but when the more I kind of woke up and wasn't so groggy and all this stuff, the Lord started ministering to me through this dream, and then it was like the light bulb went off, and then I was like, oh, okay. I understood what it meant. So um it was a really short dream, but I was in a airplane, and I was being shown, it was like I was overhead in this airplane, and I could see a crop, kind of like this picture of a field, like with the different rows right here. And I was in this airplane, and um, I don't know if someone was riding it, or if I don't know. I was just in the airplane, and I was being shown something. And so I could see these rows of look like just kind of grass. And I was looking at it, and I just thought, wow, like, this is beautiful. This is so cool. And it was, how do I explain this? I knew I was being shown almost like from a time lapse. So I knew that it was like I was seeing this for myself, but it was also like I was watching it on, like it already had been recorded, if that makes sense. So I was being able to see it over a long period of time, if that makes any sense. I hope I'm making sense. And I don't know if there was somebody else with me, because as I was just like in awe and watching this, it was like somebody else was by me, and they were like, oh, this is boring. They're like, this is going to take forever. Like, we have to watch this whole entire thing, because as we were looking at these rows, I could see gradually the grass or whatever was growing right there. It was like slowly, like half an inch. And it was like 5 years, half an inch. It grew. But to me, I was looking at this and I was like, this is so cool. Like, this is so amazing. But whoever I was with was like, I'm bored. They're like, I am not going to be able to sit through this and watch this. This is taking too long. And I wasn't bored, and I was totally enamored with this. And that was the end of the stream. But when I woke up, like I said, the Lord started to minister to me, and I started to understand what this was talking about. And I knew that it was talking about, us and growing in the Lord, and what this looks like, okay? And, Christ being pressed into us. It is His work in us. This growth, okay, it's over a period of time, just like how I was watching this. But like I was watching it, it was this work of the Lord. It's beautiful. And it is like awe-inspiring. And, when we get even a glimpse of this work that Christ does in us, we are like, whoa, At least I know I am. But a work that is pressed into us is over a period of time. It's that inner work, right? And, just like this person that I was with, they were like, oh, I'm bored. Like, I'm just going to sit here and just watch this. I have to just watch this. This is going to take too long, right? That speaks a lot as well, right? Patience on the Lord, right? This trusting in his perfect timing, and me just sitting back, just watching this work and this growth. You know, there is different seasons. I was thinking of the crops, right? And where I grew up in California, and there is a lot of farming. And I had a friend that she was next to cilantro fields. And then there was also, in the city over, there's a lot of strawberries that are grown. It's actually in Watsonville, California. A lot of strawberries come from this place. And it got me thinking, just, observing, you know, observing this, just growing up. There is different seasons when you're growing anything, really, right? There's different seasons that it has to go through in order for them to grow. Strawberries aren't like, when it's a dry season, or they're not like, well, I want to grow right now to be a full strawberry. Right? I'm terribly joking here, but you get what I'm saying, right? But for us, when we're going through a dry season, we're going through the wilderness, it's like we don't understand it. We don't want to go through it when we're going through it, right? But it is necessary, right? There's dry wilderness seasons and there's fruitful and abundant seasons, but both are necessary for growth. And we might not see this growth when we are in a dry season, right? But we know that Christ is still working together. He works together all things for our good. I don't know what verse that is, but even when we cannot see it, or even when others, right? That fruit inspecting, they look at us, maybe when we're in a dry season and we're in the wilderness, and they go, oh, you're not bearing enough fruit, and they go, well, you must not be saved. That's ridiculous, right? I mean, if we based our salvation on, what we outwardly look like, I mean, we'd all be screwed. Let's be real. But even when we cannot see it, or others cannot see it as well, it's still, he's still doing it. He's still doing it. He's still doing that work in us. And we're still growing. Just like in my dream, that it was real slow. It was real slow. But when I was looking at it, I could see it. And the work was still being done. We are hard pressed on all sides, but we know that he that is in us is greater than he that is in the world. Christ is the husbandman. He is busy cultivating, plowing, watering, showering his love on us. This work in us, this is the work being done on the inner man inside of us. It's like this invisible work, right? Sometimes to our physical eyes, but in the spirit, it is all being done. I just thought it was, a really good reminder to me. And, it's just, even, I know there's a lot of brothers and sisters on here that they've been talking about. They just feel like, they're in this they're in the wilderness, they're in the season, and man, they they don't understand, they don't know why. And I am still there, in a lot of areas, but it's like, you know, it doesn't negate the fact that Christ is still doing that inner work in us. And, while we're in the wilderness, he hasn't left us whatsoever. He's there. He is still doing that work in us. He is carrying our burdens. He is shouldering those things that are heavy and weigh on us. His burden is light, and he takes our burdens. He carries that. He carries that. And when we are we are in the wilderness and we feel like we're alone, we know that is not true. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. And just because with our physical eyes we cannot always see it, we have to trust and put our faith in him, and knowing that he is doing that good work in us even when we cannot see. So just continue to just renew your mind back to these truths. And he is faithful even when we are faithless. All right, you guys, I hope you are having a blessed day, and thank you so much for listening. All right.